Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, October 16th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right here will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol NIVF. Very, very nice mover today. Huge volume, big price movement. So got to think a lot of people will be watching this one on Wednesday. So let's map out a couple of key levels here. First general area that stands out to me is this area of resistance right up here. I realize the price did, go up above it at one point, but right here around $2.90 is going to be a key battleground to watch if the price does decide to try to curl back upward. So keep an eye on this general area right there around, again, $2.90. And then on the flip side of things, in terms of areas of support, level here that stands out, let me change that to green to represent support, is that trend line right there. And then to convert this into a pattern, let's make it the same color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big explosive move right there. For you golfers out there, try to make it a little bit more visual for you. Put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So while nothing is guaranteed, is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price comes up here and pushes through that level, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible scenario. So if you like this price range, you like bull pennants, keep an eye on it. Next one, ticker symbol ZPTA. And this one started off the day very, very nicely. Price came up here and then ultimately dropped back downwards. And ultimately, though, it is still holding. So it's not like it was a total train wreck or anything like that. And I feel like the mic is really picking. If I sound like I have a frog in my throat, it's because I have a cold. So I don't know if it's coming across or not, but it seems like in my own ears that I sound kind of bad right now, but it is what it is. So bear with me. But like I said, it came down here and it has leveled out, which is what's now made it an interesting scenario. So let's change this to green to represent support. And that is why I would also say right there around 11.5 cents, very, very important level of support. And I'm not saying this will occur, but if the price were to come down there and then break down through it, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of this range of the chart where it already was. And that's not exactly a sign of genuine power, where you have a big move up and then all of a sudden you have the price going right back to where it was. Again, I'm not saying that's what's going to occur, but that is why in my mind, 11.5 cents, very, very important level of support. And then in terms of areas of resistance, all eyes on that purple line there, 50 period moving average. You can see right there a false breakout of it, and then right there basically rejected right at it. So if there is any sort of attempted move back upwards, definitely got to keep an eye on that purple line there to see if the price can push up through it. But in terms of penny stocks and volume, this one definitely had a whole lot of volume today. Next one here, DRUG, absolutely monster move. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this one. To think that it was all the way down here, so below $5, and now it's up here pushing $30. So some sort of short squeeze would be my guess that happened today. But nonetheless, gotta think a lot of people are watching it. So first key battleground right up here, give or take around $31.60. Yes, I realize that the price did temporarily poke its head above there during the final 30 minutes here, but then you can see a couple other instances right there. And the price still very well may close up above there. So if you're watching this and you're saying, well, wait a second, Clay, the price ended up closing above 31.60. Well, that's just telling you that a breakout has already started. So right now the question is, can another breakout start? But like I said, if you're watching this video and the price closes above that area, well, then it shifts a little bit to, okay, well, the breakout has occurred. Is this the start of an even bigger move to the upside in terms of momentum and breakout? So just kind of keep an eye on that 31.60 mark and make sure you double check to see where the price ultimately closed. Because as of right now, market's still open for another 13 minutes. In terms of levels of support, main level that stands out to me right here at that support trend line right there. And then just because I can't help myself, let's keep it one color to show the pattern. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have just the monster move right there. We have the golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another overall bull pennant. Next one here, ticker symbol DJT. And this, not a good day here. Now, there is a little bit of perspective because let me squeeze things out here. From the big picture point of view, you can see that this is still very much so in an overall uptrend. But in the very near term, yeah, very bad, especially depending on your strategy. If you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you're buying up around here, wanting to buy and sell within 20 minutes, well, then from that standpoint, the chart looks really, really bad. Train wreck levels. Now, if you care about the bigger picture point of view, even with the pullback here, and let me illustrate this. Actually, let me just get rid of those lines there. But even if we just look at that level right there, so the bottom part of this consolidation, it got pretty close, but let's say the price actually pulls back some more. It goes right around here. Again, emphasis here on big picture, but what do you have from the big picture point of view? Well, you have a set of lows there. You have lows there. You have lows down there. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, what do you have? Well, from the big picture point of view, you have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what you want to see from an overarching standpoint. So that's where it all goes back to what was your perspective, what was your strategy going in. Day traders that bought right there, yeah, absolute train wreck. If you care about the big picture point of view, then overall there is still plenty of opportunity to build that higher base and keep the broader uptrend in the bullish direction. Next one, NVDA, and same general idea happened here. And like I said, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but same, like I said, general concept, big picture people, yeah, today individually, train wreck. Overall though, price still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base, and I think the easiest way to see that is just to keep an eye on that pink line right there, 200 period moving average. And as long as the price stays above there, then yeah, overarching, the price is still in the bull's favor. So keep an eye on that. And then in regards to, and let me just get rid of these levels up here as they serve their purpose. Brutal breakdown of that pattern there. If there is any sort of attempted bounce back in the upwards direction, then yeah, all eyes will be in that purple line right there, 50 period moving average, currently valued at, we'll just call it right around that 135 mark. For those of you that like to play from the bearish side of things, there is this bear pennant pattern here that is formed. So right here we have the upside down golf hole there. And I should note, just because there's a bullish pattern does not mean the price is for sure going to go up. Same is true here. Just because it's a bearish pattern does not mean for sure the price is going to go down. But I don't think it would catch anybody off guard if the price all of a sudden broke to the downside. But all things considered, a rough day today, formed a bear pennant. But we'll see if the overall trend can kind of get the drift back in the upwards direction. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering here in a few days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, ticker symbol YANG, and overall this thing has, I feel like I'm going through puberty again with my voice cracking and everything like that. So yes. Anyways, so very nice move. Had this a little bit longer term consolidation pattern here form, but got the big breakout today with a gap up, and it's continued to move higher. So certainly updates can be made. So from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above that pink line right there, then as far as I'm concerned, everything is very impressive, very strong, and in the bull's favor. Current value of that pink line right there, we'll call it $3.58. Now in the near term, we kind of got it, not kind of, we do have to go back and look a little bit further into the chart's history. And you can see right here at that level, quite a bit of a track record of preventing the price from making any progress. Right there at $4.19, you can see right there, rejected the price, and then the price kind of hovered right there slightly below it a few times, and just couldn't ever quite push through it. So if this thing does continue in the upwards direction, that is where that 419 mark is coming from. But the biggest dynamic today was it finally got a breakout of that consolidation, had good volume, and we'll see if this momentum can carry it up to that 419 mark or not. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and considering the overall market and how bad it was, Tesla held up actually very impressively strong on this one. And even from a trading standpoint, very nice possible trade right there. So for those of you that watched yesterday's video and saw that trend line there, you can see it broke and then made a very impressive spike. So if you're some sort of day trader, plenty of opportunity right there to take that trade. And if you did do that, then well done. But ultimately that movement failed, but not failed in the sense from an overall standpoint of absolute oblivion. In actuality, it just basically sent the price right back into the middle part of this range, which is where I want to get things mapped out. So the bottom part of the range, I'm leaving down there at 214.25. I've talked about that previously. But top part of this range, now that we have more data, seems to be right up around the 223.50 mark. And at that standpoint, like I said, if you just look at it as a sideways channel pattern, which is basically what it's been the past 3 days, Yeah, it started off strong, but with the pullback, it's basically, if we just eyeball it and call that the middle of the range, you can see it's essentially right back to where it was. So overall, still a very neutral chart as far as the last couple of days are concerned. So it's really just a question of who's ultimately going to win the battle. Do the bulls win in the battle to the upside? Do the bears win in the battle to the downside? We'll see what happens. Next one here, ticker symbol GRTS, and very, very well-defined resistance line here that I think a lot of people will be paying attention to. So as I put that line there at 0.083, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to imply that's a great discovery. A lot of people, you got to think, are watching that level. And when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movement. So no guarantees, as I've mentioned, but certainly would not be shocking if the price did come up here and push up through that level. And then that break right there created just that much more upside buying pressure. So 0.083, key area of resistance. And then as far as supports are concerned, like Tesla, I would just consider this an overall sideways channel with a bottom of the support and the bottom of that channel being right there at 0.049. So in all actuality, basically the past 4 days or so have not, basically the past 4 days have been just sideways chopping back and forth. So that same question with Tesla applies to this one. Who is ultimately going to win the battle? The bulls to the upside, the bears to the downside. Grab your popcorn and we'll see what happens. Next one, TVGN, an overall very solid day. And as I speak right now, nice final 30 minutes. You can see good solid green candle here is forming, and it's getting within striking distance of this key area of resistance right up there at $1.45. So just because it's close doesn't mean it'll for sure happen, but it certainly becomes very, very plausible that there seems to be a very good chance that $1.45 not only gets tested on Wednesday, but very realistically broken to the upside. So if you're somebody that likes breakouts, then that's certainly a level that I'd keep an eye on. From a pullback standpoint, I think the main level that a lot of people will be watching, again, just because you got to think a lot of people have drawn this trend line here, a very basic one. But basic is good because that means a lot of people have done it. A lot of people are watching it, so you can get those potential self-fulfilling prophecies. But that would be an area that I'd say to watch very closely moving forward at that area of support right there. And then just from a big picture standpoint, not big, past couple of days, but for day traders, past couple of days can seem like a super big picture time frame. But ultimately just have a multi-day bull pennant pattern here. But yeah, all eyes, or I think a lot of eyes, on $1.35. Can the price break through it? We'll see what happens. Next one, TQQQ, and like a lot of these tech stocks, not a very good one at all. As the price came down here, broke through that area of support, and then the floodgates just truly opened up. Now, to try to look at this as at least a little bit on the bright side, a very important level not only held, but it was beautiful. There we go. I'm going through puberty again, and I can't even laugh right. But you can see the price came down there and bounced right off of the pink line there, the 200 period moving average. So a classic example of the power of charts. And I'll turn that into a quick plug. Go get signed up for that free training because you'll see just why charts are very powerful and helpful. But moral of the story here, key area of support moving forward, definitely going to be at 72.15. So keep an eye on that. And then in regards to levels of resistance, keep an eye on that level if there is any sort of bigger bounce. That's just based on the foundational rule that when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So moving forward, 74.55. Going to be a key level that you're going to want to watch moving forward, like I said, with any sort of attempted bounce. But no doubt about it, a whole lot of downwards pressure on the day. But this last 30 minutes here, with the bounce off of that 200 period moving average, we'll see if that can generate more of a bounce on Wednesday. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. It'll be Thursday, October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and my voice should be better by then. But it is a genuine live event, and I say that because there is a Q&A session. So if you have questions, please bring them. I'd be happy to answer them live for you. But definitely get signed up for it, and I know it'll be a big benefit to you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am now on the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours and not 30 minutes. And that's because Bitcoin is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So in order to keep this analysis relevant for as long as possible, I just want to look at this from a broader standpoint. But overall, Bitcoin is holding up nicely considering how a lot of these others, markets are doing. Although this candle right here, a little bit sketchy, but as of right now, the price, with that 4-hour session did push upwards. And that'll be where the first question comes into play. So question number one, let's just say you're watching this video 20 hours from now. Question number one becomes, where's the price at relative to that area right there at 64,500? As long as you're answering the question in any way, shape, or form that the price is up above 64,500, that is a good thing. Because worst case scenario, if the price is down around here, what you would still have, and I'll just do this very crudely, but you'd still have some sort of bull flag, bull pennant pattern. So as long as the price is above that area, the chart is bullish. Now, common sense goes a long way. If you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is way up here at 69,500. Well, that's telling you that not only is the chart still looking good, it's gotten that much better. Now, if you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below 64,500, next immediate question is, okay, well, where's the price at relative to these moving averages, specifically being right around the 62,500 mark? If you're saying the question, or if you're answering the question that the price is down below there, that's not good. That's bearish, and quite bearish, because that would imply that there's been a big pullback from where the price is now, and it's also broken down through several key areas of support. Now, I don't think you'll be answering that question in that way, but nonetheless, if you walk yourself through those questions, that'll keep the Bitcoin analysis relevant for as long as possible. And as I'm out of the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to get signed up for this training, because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So like I said, it'll be later this week, Thursday, October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have a request, put that down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get to that in your future video. And again, go get signed up for that free training. And thank you for bearing with me and my puberty going experience there.